You wake up to silence. No notifications demanding attention, no plans dictating your schedule, no distractions pulling you in different directions. Just you, alone with your thoughts. For most men, this moment triggers panic, a desperate urge to fill the void with noise, connection, anything to avoid confronting themselves. But what if this silence isn't something to fear? What if it's the birthplace of true strength? Modern society teaches us that solitude equals failure. If you're single, you're behind. If you're alone, you're unwanted. This narrative drives men into a relentless chase for external validation, jumping from relationship to relationship, constantly seeking approval, never pausing to ask the fundamental question, who am I when no one is watching? The fear of silence runs deeper than loneliness. It's the terror of confronting unfiltered truth. When the world goes quiet, buried thoughts surface, regrets you've suppressed, dreams you've abandoned, the gap between who you are and who you promised yourself you'd become. This is why men flee from solitude, not because they need company, but because they fear what they might discover in its absence. Yet this confrontation with silence is where transformation begins. The man who stays present with his discomfort, who refuses to fill the void with cheap distractions, develops a rare form of courage. He learns that his thoughts don't define him, they merely visit. Beneath the chaos of self-doubt and insecurity lies an unshakable truth. You are the one who remains standing. Most men suffer from an invisible addiction, the need for constant approval. They check their phones compulsively, seeking validation through likes, messages, and responses. They reshape their opinions to avoid conflict, suppress their authentic thoughts to fit in, and tolerate disrespect just to be accepted. This dependency is spiritual poison. It transforms grown men into performers, constantly adjusting their behavior based on others' reactions. Your self-worth becomes hostage to external opinion, leaving you scattered, reactive, and ultimately powerless. The antidote is radical. Stop seeking permission to exist as yourself. Real strength emerges when you detox from approval. You stop responding instantly to every message. Stop reshaping your values for comfort. Stop apologizing for your boundaries. Instead of trying to be chosen, you choose yourself repeatedly, deliberately, without apology. This shift creates magnetic energy. People sense when you're not performing for their approval. You become the man who speaks less but says more, who moves with quiet certainty rather than desperate urgency. In a world full of noise and performance, authentic self-respect stands out like lightning. True clarity can only emerge in silence. The constant input from others, their opinions, expectations, and judgments drowns out your authentic voice. Only in solitude can you hear your own mind clearly enough to distinguish between what you truly want and what you've been conditioned to chase. This process is uncomfortable, but essential. You begin to see which relationships drain your energy and which ones elevate you. You recognize habits that serve your growth and those that keep you stagnant. Most importantly, you stop lying to yourself about what you really need versus what you think you should want. Solitude sharpens your focus like nothing else can. Without the distraction of constant social input, your priorities crystallize. Drama becomes irrelevant noise. Toxic people reveal themselves clearly. Temporary pleasures lose their grip. What emerges instead is a craving for genuine substance, peace, purpose, and meaningful progress. When you've built this foundation of clarity, you become nearly impossible to manipulate. Guilt, flattery, and social pressure bounce off you because you're no longer seeking external validation. You're following your own direction, guided by your own compass. The man who embraces solitude undergoes a fundamental transformation. He stops chasing life and starts attracting it. Opportunities align not because he forces them, but because his energy has become undeniable. The right people appear naturally while the wrong ones fade away. This isn't about isolation or misanthropy. It's about returning to your center so completely that you move through the world from a place of wholeness rather than need. You interact with others from overflow, not desperation. You contribute to relationships instead of constantly withdrawing from them. If you find yourself in a season of solitude, resist the urge to escape it. Instead, lean in. Let the discomfort teach you. Allow the silence to reveal what noise has been hiding. Use this time not to find someone else to complete you, but to become complete within yourself. The world is full of men seeking validation, chasing approval, and running from silence. The man who learns to find strength in solitude becomes rare by default. He develops the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself, the kind of self-respect that commands respect from others. This path isn't easy, but it's transformative. When you stop needing others to see your value, they begin noticing you without effort. When you stop performing for approval, you start living from authenticity. When you embrace the silence instead of fearing it, you discover that within that quiet space lies everything you've been searching for outside yourself. The choice is yours. Continue the exhausting pursuit of external validation, or find the courage to walk alone until you become the man you were meant to be. In a world that celebrates noise, the man who chooses silence doesn't just stand out, becomes unstoppable. If this message resonated with you, if you felt something shift inside as you listened, then you're ready for the deeper truths that lie ahead. We're just getting started on this journey of masculine transformation. There are ancient principles, forgotten wisdom, and life-changing insights waiting to be shared with men who are serious about becoming their highest selves. Don't let this moment of clarity fade into the background noise of your daily routine. Take action right now. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and join a community of men who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Each week, we dive deeper into the principles that separate ordinary men from extraordinary ones. Your future self is watching. Make the choice that honors him. I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll explore how to build unshakable confidence that comes from within. Until then, embrace the silence and let it forge you into the man you were always meant to become.